I'm James Strawn. My background is finance, mortgage advisor. For reasons that I'll remain secret to myself, I'm not currently doing mortgages in the current market, but that's my background. I'm going to give you guys an overview about finding the initial investment, so how you may go about raising the deposit to purchase a buy-to-let property and cover off some of the associated costs. And then I will go through and talk a little bit about finding the right buy-to-let mortgages. Obviously, I think everyone in this room would appreciate that in the current market, things have changed very, very dramatically. Even in the last couple of weeks, you know, we've seen a big decline in the percentage loan-to-values companies will lend to. So some of the information that was prepared isn't completely relevant in today's market, but I'll try and sort of give you what I think is out there. I'm sure you've got an idea of that anyway. But question back to everybody in here. Who likes taking a risk? Show of hands, who likes taking a risk? All right, I'll pick on you because you're in the front. You're probably going to get picked on a lot today. So I'm James. What was your name?
Ben.
Ben, you like taking a risk, yeah? Okay. Ben, I've got in my wallet there a £20 note, yeah? So you like taking a risk, yeah? I'm going to put that £20 there. Let's get a coin out. I'll flip the coin, yeah? You call heads or tails. If you're right, you take my £20, yeah? If you're wrong, I take 100 of your pounds. How does that sound?
Awful.
But I thought you liked taking a risk.
I do, but that's a bad risk.
Excellent. Risk, all about what you're going to put into it and what you plan to get out of it. And, you know, your attitude to risk is very much going to determine the kind of property that you may look for, the kind of tenants that you may look to put in that property, and the kind of mortgage deal that you would look to put on that property as well. Now, in the world of AJ Ahuja, AJ has identified 7 categories of risk. Might want to make a note of this, so you will all get a copy of the full presentation. So I'm just going to go through the different categories of risk to get your idea, and you might be able to see where you think you fit in on that risk scale. It may be that you're a mixture of more than one of the 7 categories. It may be that, you know, you've got some properties that fall into a lower risk and then some into a more medium. It may be that you sit somewhere on that scale, but you'd like to put yourself in a position where you could potentially make more money, or maybe you'd like to put yourself into a position where the money you do get back is more guaranteed, hence perhaps a lower risk. But I'll go through that with you. There are technically more classes, but these are the 7 main ones, so I'm just going to give you an overview on that, okay? Now, the category of risk is made up of, number 1, the income that you receive from that property, whether it is guaranteed income or not guaranteed income. Anyone here think of an example of what guaranteed income would be as opposed to non-guaranteed income?
Rental income?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Okay. Give me an example then of guaranteed rental income. How can you guarantee that somebody's going to, you know, you're going to have somebody in your property and they're going to pay that income?
If you sign a contract with them for 6 months.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, you've got like organisations, maybe housing associations who will guarantee to, you know, have a tenant in your property and that kind of thing. But yeah, you're right. And so I'm going to pick on you all day now, Ben. I'll give Ben a break next time. Obviously, as opposed to, you know, just having a property that you try and tenant yourself, you try and find the right tenant and you might have vacant periods. That's one thing. A mortgage. What's the main 2 differences, the main thing about a mortgage payment that you can think of that would be different? I'll pick on you this time.
Fixed variable?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know exactly how much you are going to be paying for your mortgage every single month? Is that going to be something that could go up or down? So that is the other thing. And then there's a 3rd factor. Obviously, you've got your mortgage payment, you've got the person in the property paying rent. What is the other big factor in terms of monetary flow that you have to consider?
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance, Property, property company, are they taking the money off you? Are they managing that for you? So yeah, they're the three things, and they're the three factors that you have to consider. So risk class 1, risk 1 being the lowest, risk 7 being the highest, we would say risk 1 is guaranteed rental. So lowest possible risk, you know you're getting the rental. Mortgage cost nil, as in this is the investor that's got enough cash to buy a property outright. They haven't had to worry about a mortgage payment, so they've got no worries on the mortgage, albeit fixed or variable. They know they're getting their money. And maintenance cost fixed. Basically, never worry about maintaining the property. Take a kind of maintenance contract out on that. So that's a fixed amount of money. No mortgage to pay, guaranteed income, and just a fixed amount of money that you would pay for the maintenance contract. So don't have to worry about a boiler going and being thousands of pounds out of pocket for a new one. Unless it's beyond repair, of course. So that would be the lowest possible risk, yeah? Okay, moving up slightly then to risk class 2. The main difference between 1 and 2 is this person doesn't have bundles of cash, as in the vast majority of cases, can't just go out and pull £70,000 out of your pocket to go and buy a property. So this is the person that doesn't mind borrowing to purchase the buy-to-let property. Again, the lowest risk would be to get guaranteed rent, so they know they're going to get their money every month. A fixed maintenance cost, so they're happy to take the maintenance contract out so they don't have to worry about any big problems with the property. But this person doesn't want to take a risk. They're maybe a little bit worried that if interest rates went up, it would put them in a situation where their cash flow wouldn't be quite right. So they're going to take a fixed rate mortgage on the property every single month. Then they know exactly what they're going to pay for that, okay? So I say the only difference between risk class 1 and risk class 2 is this person's now prepared to borrow. Okay. Risk class 3. Same as risk class 2, has to borrow to get the property. Still wants to go for the guaranteed rental, can't really, get their head around the fact if the property was left untenanted for a 6-month period, what would that do to their cash flow? Again, a little bit concerned about interest rates, so they want to go for the fixed rate, have the peace of mind of knowing what their payment's going to be. But this guy doesn't mind taking on the maintenance themselves. Maybe they can do a little bit, or maybe they've got their own contracts, but they're not too worried about any, big unforeseen maintenance costs coming up. They think they've got that covered. So they're prepared to take a little bit more risk on that, okay? Moving on, we then have, what do you think's next? Which number risk class do you think comes after 3? Oh, excellent. You've been listening, I can tell. All right.